my 2023 KTM 300XC. This is my third ride on it. Getting some time, closing in on 2 hours. It's still brand new, not broken in, but I thought, is the honeymoon over? The honeymoon phase? Well, for the engine, 100%. No, this engine is amazing, and it does live up to the hype. And it's got that low to mid torque. You can just ride wheelies forever. Fifth gear, no problem. And then some people are asking me, what's the difference between map 1 and map 2? Well, map 1 is the standard. I wouldn't call it mellow, it's just standard. That's map 1. Let me check. Yep. Now let's go to map 2. It just has more bark and bite. A little bit more snap to it. And I think on the moto track is where map 2 would be better. Now this thing is it's a 300 that has a lot of horsepower, so I like map 1. I don't ever really feel the need yet to go to map 2, but I know there'll be people that like that. And it's still very controllable, but it feels more like a mini open bike now. It's got so much power. But I think it is rated at 58 horsepower at the crank. So it gets with the program. Now it's pretty dry, hard packed, slick today, rough. So I took the clickers down to the comfort settings. This is kind of a GP style course. A little bit of everything, but man, is it slick today. Now see if I put it in map 2. Just gives you that kind of instant more torque, but and it still pulls on top. It just continues to rev. That's 4th gear, trying to keep the front end down in map 2. You can see that response in map 2. Back to map 1. It's a little bit more, just a little more comfortable, a little easier to find traction. This engine is amazing. Chassis and suspension, well, you can definitely feel this is a firmer chassis than the last KTM, my Erzberg. So you get a little more feedback, and today's probably exaggerated because it's so hard packed, but still, the XC settings they're a little better for me, slow vet guy. Now I'm still not jumping. My bionic right hip is still a couple weeks away from big inputs, but I can be outright. 23 300XC. Boy, just that instant low to mid. That's the difference between this and my 300 TPI. It's barely touching the throttle. It just has so much meat. This engine is fun. Chassis, I have a 300 Erzberg versus this bike quick ride on the woods loops, but I think this chassis just feels a little bigger, even though I think this bike technically might be as lighter than my I think it's lighter. But so 3 rides in, what do I think? Still got air forks. They're good. Are springs better? Yes. But this XC setting's pretty good. It's got less than 2 hours, so it's going to break in a little bit. I have them set at comfort because it's pretty hard and choppy today. My first ride, I left everything stock and it felt pretty good, but today's a little different condition. So power, incredible. Chassis stable. It's got decently planted as I get the suspension broke in. Ergos, I love how you kind of connect with the bike. These pegs. And it's relatively thin. I know this is a bigger tank, but it holds the fuel nice and low. Brembo brakes are awesome. Still KTM, and this new seat is really firm, but actually got some decent grip, and it should break in to be about perfect. So anyhow, more rides soon, more comparison rides, but 2 big thumbs up, 23 KTM 300XC.